morning, welcome back to a new video. In this video we are gonna do some jobs inside because it is a rainy day outside, so we cannot do much outside, and we want to do some inside jobs. We have to get this guest room prepared. It's less than 2 weeks till our guests arrive, which is Despina's mom and her stepfather, so we got new curtains. We got these a while ago, but we haven't got the chance to put them on because it's been really busy outside. And yeah, we went all out on curtains, so let's get started. As you saw at the start of the video, the key broke, so we probably need... we have a second key, it's not the problem, but we'd still need the whole set new, because that one is broken overall. It doesn't work electronically anymore, so we're gonna probably replace it. But yeah, how's a mess. Scratch my hand, I don't like it. Let's move on to something nicer and decorate this room. We probably still need to reorganize it, because it is a giant mess.
Plus, we also bought curtains for ourselves.
Yes, so we're gonna do this room and our bedroom. So,
okay.
Let's get started.
Sewing the curtains, we put them up. They have a perfect length, we measured it perfect. So I really like how they look, but I think they're gonna look cooler once you tie them together like this. Some people like it, some people don't, but I think it's gonna add, here in this specific one, adjust it a bit, but I think it's gonna add an extra nice look. We were thinking back and forth how to do it, and we have found a pretty cool idea. We're gonna use this hook, we're gonna put it somewhere here. And I'm gonna use the last piece of fabric that we have from the couch, from the pillows. That's all that is left. So we're gonna cut it in 4 pieces because we're also gonna do our curtains. So we're gonna cut in half and in half again. I think it looks good. David likes it. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna use one of David's tractor's cover rings. We're gonna attach it on that. And then we're just gonna hook it up. I cannot show you very well because it's all loose, but let's make it and then you're gonna see and understand better how it's all gonna work. Let's go.
Before we put on the curtains, we wanna do this wall. We wanna lack it first, and then we're gonna paint it. So we have to wait for the lack to dry. The reason we're lacking, we're not lacking the whole wall, we're lacking specific parts, which are all of these black spots. So anything black means it's with burnt in, kind of like this sap. No, not sap. What is this called? I don't know. What is it? It's the black stuff that comes out of the chimney if you burn wet wood, which has been done many times, and it's all leaked over. And this stuff will come through every single layer of paint. So you put white paint, it's just gonna pop out brown. So we put a clear lac, and then it seals it, and then it cannot come out. We had this problem in the living room when we painted that wall white. We had like yellow brown spots come out. So we did it with clear lac and then white paint on top of it, and it disappeared mostly. Some of it did come out, so it probably needed a third layer. We just never had time. We wanted to move in and have the place nice and livable. But we will come back to it one day. But this one here, we're gonna do it correctly. So we're gonna get all of the spots done, and then we'll put the paint over the white paint and see how good it looks. And probably it needs second layer overall, so we can see if yellow things come out. We do them again with clear lac and white paint on top. So yeah, let's get started with the first layer. We need to move the bed away, and yeah, let's get started. You like the sunshine, yeah? You really?
Do you need help?
Maybe. This thing is very heavy.
It's enough space.
I finished lacquering, but we didn't realize that, you know, lac smells, the clear lacquer, and yeah, we forgot, and we need sleep in here. So we might need to move our bed into the living room and sleep there for the night. But yes, it does say 1 hour drying time, so it is quick drying, and yeah, should be done for tomorrow, and we can paint it. One thing might worry that the bricks need to breathe. That's the reason you don't like bricks. But these bricks, they lead into these chambers of burning, and it's okay, they don't need to breathe, because it goes into the chimney, and it's just a giant mess of bricks. And this wall anyways probably would be the best to be rebuilt nicely, because yeah, that's a heating wall, and they are really dirty inside, so it would be nice to somehow redo it a bit nicer. But yeah, let's see you tomorrow.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
I'm tired.
And it smells very bad, so we have
It's really bad. I have a huge headache.
Yeah.
Can't think straight. It's the next day. Yesterday we had to move out of the room and move our mattress at 3 o'clock in the night to the living room, because we thought we could sleep with the smell, but it was just too uncomfortable to sleep with, so we moved away and let it dry. It still smells today. It's probably gonna smell well till the end of the day. Probably tonight's okay, but we're gonna paint a lot more, so it's gonna keep smelling. So we decided while the mattress is gone, while we're sleeping in the living room, we can tackle the bed, which we haven't touched for 2 years. And Evie likes to scratch nails on it. This side is not as bad, but Despina's side is full of splinters, and I don't know how she's getting out. I couldn't do that.
I get a lot of splinters.
Mine is not the worst, but yeah, that side is really bad. And yeah, we did it really rushed, so we want to do it again, and we want to maybe oil it as well. So yeah, let's get started by removing the puffs and removing our TV holder. So just making just a plain bed, and then we're gonna sandpaper it. Sandpaper also this part, which we never sandpapered because we were rushing to sleep here. So it's never been clean, so we're going to sandpaper them a bit because they are breaking the fabrics a bit with these splinters. And yeah, it's not very comfortable for when you're lifting the mattress up, you can scratch yourself or get splinters. So yeah, let's get started. Here by the echo, we have taken everything out of the room except the computer, because that's a bit messy to reassemble after. So we left it, and thanks to our neighbors, they gave us a full box of old fabrics that they didn't need. And yeah, that's really useful for us for putting on things and putting on the floors when we paint. So yeah, very big thanks, because without this will all get dusty and we would have to take it all out.
Yeah, we would have to put a plastic sheet, and I don't know how much better that is.
Yeah, so we're gonna get started by sandpapering the bed. It's the first job, and then we're gonna oil it. Hopefully it's not too messy. The oil maybe leaks on the floor, but that is washable. It's not something that is not cleanable.
Yeah.
I don't think we need a fabric or something. I think oil is not a problem. Paint, that one we don't want everywhere. Even though it does come off, this is a naturally based paint, so it does not stick on things. You can still take it off. But yes, let's get started.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's close the door.
Ready? We have finished sanding everything. It took us around an hour, but it made everything entirely dusty. So good that we brought everything out and covered whatever we didn't. So if everything's cleaned, I have vacuum cleaned the ceilings, the walls, everything is clean and perfect, ready for us to oil. So we're gonna mostly oil just the visible parts because I don't think these parts need really oiling. They're not getting exposed to any environments. They're not getting wet, and as you can see, 2 years, there's not a single thing wrong with them, so I think it's perfectly fine. So we're just gonna do the visible parts just to give them a bit of a bright, like vibrant look, and to protect them, because on the sides we do put coffees and drinks, and they do spill sometimes. So it is easier when you can just wipe it instead of being just rough wood that you cannot clean. The oil makes it kind of cleanable, and undusting is a lot easier because wood does not undust if it's not oiled. So yeah, we learned that the hard way. So yeah, let's get started. have the next day. Everything is nice and dry, and now we can really see how bright it is, because yesterday we did it in a very late evening. But now it's all nice and bright, and you can really tell the room is way more brighter. I like it because this was a really dark wall. It's like a brick wall that's dark, and I'm not the biggest fan of the way they've done the bricklaying here. It's not very professional, like compared to the outside walls, which are done really well, like really nice. They look really cool. This is more or less was made for a function of a heating wall, less of a beauty. So they don't look the best. They were meant to be always covered with a layer of plaster, so they never went for beauty. But it's okay. Now it's painted white. It looks really good, and we don't mind it. But we have a problem. The brown spots still came through. Not as much as they would if we didn't do the first layer of black. But now we're gonna do another clear lacquer over these brown spots. But you're gonna see that in the next video. That's pretty much it. Hope you can see really the difference, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.